Welcome everyone to tonight's team call. We're going to have the amazing special guest, Jana Hooten, Diamond Ambassador and friend to really all Plexus people. She's the sweetest thing in the world, and I know that y'all are going to learn so much from her.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, Rachel. So I'll go ahead and start us off in prayer, and then I'm just going to share with you guys my story, and we'll talk Plexus for a little bit. So I'm excited. Dear Lord, we thank you so much for this time together. I thank you for Rachel and for her team, and I just thank you for how that they are changing lives, Lord. We thank you for this gift that you've given us through Plexus, and just how we can change so many lives and change our own lives. I pray, Lord, that you will just give us a great time together. I pray, Lord, that the words that I speak are directly from you, Lord, and that you will just bless this time. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you.
All right. So as Rachel said, my name is Jana Hooten, and I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus, and I'm super excited to be on this call with you. Known Rachel for a while now. I was thinking today, I think my first time I met you was maybe at Celeste's house. Was it? No, it was not. It was at that meeting out at the Hyatt. It sure was, when you were shooting for Emerald. That was the first time we actually met. I think we were Facebook friends before that, but that was the first time we met.
You helped me go Emerald because these are the things that you need to do. I was like, Jana, tell me what to do. And you told me what to do. I mean, and we did them and it helped. So
yeah.
You.
Yay! That was so exciting when I saw you go Emerald. So exciting. So yes, that was our first time to meet. It just hit me as I was saying that. I was like, that's when we met. I totally remember now. That was fun. I love helping people reach their goals and hit those rank goals for sure. That's a super passion of mine. So I'm just going to share with you guys my story a little bit, and then I'll share with you guys some tips as well. So I've been with Plexus now. I've been an ambassador now for a little over 3 years, but I actually was a customer for about 6 months before that, and could still, just kick myself for hanging around as a customer for so long, but I was. And so my story kind of starts the beginning of 2013. It was January 1st. So what does everybody do on January 1st? We all make those resolutions, right? What's the number one resolution everybody makes? We're going to lose weight, right? So of course that was my resolution. January 1st, I'm going to lose weight. At that point, I was the heaviest I had ever been. And I was just not happy with myself, kind of tired of just having to constantly keep buying the next size clothing. So I decided that January 1st, this was going to be the year. 2013 was going to be it. I was going to do something about this. So started off just basically counting calories. Up until that point, I was like the queen of program out there. I think I had joined and quit Weight Watchers so many times that every time I walked in there, they would be like, okay, she's back again. I see you guys shaking your head. You know what I'm talking about. You've been there too. So I had tried everything. I mean, everything. And bought the food that they ship to you. What's that program? I can't remember the name of that one program. Anyway, it's horrible too. I mean, who wants to eat cardboard? So I started off this time around. I thought I'm just going to count calories. I know it works. So I got an app on my phone, and I thought, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to count calories and see what I can do. So I did that for a while, but I'm telling you, I lost a few pounds, but it was coming off very slowly. I mean, very slowly, to the point of just such discouragement, because you're like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Why is this weight not coming off? So the spring of 2013, my parents were telling us about some friends of theirs in Florida who had dropped a bunch of weight using this product. They also told us about this couple who were both driving a Lexus. Both of them were. Well, honestly, the whole Lexus thing went totally over my head because I didn't even care that they were driving Lexus. All I wanted to do was lose weight. So it was kind of a funny story. Me and my sister, my mom was telling us about these products. She couldn't even remember the name of the company. All she knew is they both lost over 50 pounds and driving a Lexus. So we're like, well, Mom, what is the name of this company? Like, you've got to tell us what this product is. She's like, I don't remember, but she goes, don't you guys get messed up in something that's going to be harmful to you. She's like, I'm worried about you. Don't you guys get messed up in this. And so, you got to think, my mom's thinking back to the 80s and Dexatrim days and, all that crazy stuff. So as soon as my mom left, me and my sister joked. My sister is a diamond ambassador under me as well. So, but at that time, we were both just desperate for something. And so as soon as my mom left, we were both on the computer, we're such obedient children that as soon as she left, we're digging, trying to figure out what these products were. So we found out that they were Plexus. It was Plexus. We had never heard of it before. And to show you just how skeptical we were, we decided, okay, should we try this? Should we not try this? All right, let's give it a try. And to show our level of commitment, we ordered a 7-day trial pack to split among us. So we were extremely skeptical. I ordered it and it was supposed to come to me. So I got it in the mail and I literally I remember it so well. I put it in my purse and I texted my sister and said, it's in my purse. I think I've already dropped 10 pounds. We were pretty sarcastic and skeptical about the whole thing. We didn't really think anything was going to work. Well, it did not take long. I obviously ordered more than those 3.5 days that I had to try it. And I fell in love with it. It was, I tell everybody, the tool that I needed. It was the tool that I needed to continue down that path of counting calories and watching what I was eating. It finally made it easy. It was finally just when I realized that I can do this. I really can lose this weight I've been trying to lose for years. I'm using this as a tool. So was not a magic pill for me, but it was that tool. So my sister took a little bit longer. She was about week 5 or 6 into it before she started really, really noticing anything. She was kind of ready to throw in the towel, and I didn't know anything about the products, just to be honest, nothing. I'm not a science girl at all. I didn't know what they were doing. I just knew I felt better, and I knew they were working. So I was like, keep it up with me. I think, I know I'm feeling something. I know I feel better. So she did about week 5 or 6 is when things started kicking in for her. So just a little tip there. That's why we always encourage everybody. When I sign up anybody, I ask them to commit personally to me 60 to 90 days, at least 60 to 90 days. I prefer that 90 days. So just because of my sister's story alone, just because of her story is why I really like that commitment. So like I said, though, I sat there as a customer for a long, long time, 6 months almost. In September of that year, my friend Sunday Anderson, who is also a Diamond Ambassador, said the magic words to me. And I always tell her, I was like, you said the magic words. Thank you for saying those magic words. We were on the phone one day and she said, Jana, you really should become an ambassador. She said, you're going to get the discount price. You already love the products. And your sister could buy it from you. Your brother's talking about buying it. And at this point, Mom knew, we had confessed to Mom and Dad. And so Mom knew we were taking these products and she wanted to buy them too. So my mom is now a senior Ruby ambassador as well. So she said, they could all buy from you and, you could help pay for your products. So I did, but I also said the famous words to her of, I am not selling this stuff though. Do not ask me to sell anything because I'm not selling anything. So she likes to give me a hard time about that. So that was in September. I signed up, got my sister to buy from me, mom to buy from me, and my brother and his wife to buy from me. And you have to remember, when I say I got them to, I really didn't do anything. I just said, hey, if you guys want to try it, Amber was already buying it, so she switched and started buying it from me and my brother. If y'all want to try it, here's my website. That's all I did. So with products, my sister-in-law was buying too, my mom and my sister and products. That was in October. In November, I got a paycheck. So that was actually when they actually sent us paychecks in the mail. There for a while, we actually got paychecks in the mail. And so I got to the mail one day, open up my mail, and there's a check. It says from Plexus Worldwide. Well, guys, I didn't think I was actually going to make any money because I had been in network marketing companies before that I actually had worked and literally never got a paycheck from them. Didn't realize that it was all the people higher up making when I was doing all the work and not getting paid anything for it. So got this check in the mail and I called Sunday and I said, well, why did I get a check in the mail? I said, is this thing real? Like, how you get the fake checks in the mail, like from a car company, a car dealership or whatever, I'm like, is that what this is? Like, is this real? And she's laughing at me. She goes, Jana, it's real. You can take it to the bank. It's real money. And she goes, you got it because you have some customers. I was like, you mean they actually pay me for those customers? She's like, yes. I hung up from there, immediately called my sister. And I said, listen, I have this check for $182. Like, I think we need to do something. Like, maybe we can make some money with this. We already know we love the products. So within a few days, I was calling Sunday and I said, meet me at Starbucks. And so that was the end of November. We're coming up on my 3-year anniversary of the life-changing meeting. It was a life-changing meeting for me. And I didn't even realize it at the time. So she met me at a Starbucks. I believe, I've got to go look. I think the November 22nd. Met at Starbucks. And all she did was sit down with me and my sister Amber and explain the compensation plan to us. So that was it. She was fairly new. We didn't really do a lot of training. I'm one of those girls that if you can tell me how I get paid, then I can work out how to get there. You know, you guys, any of y'all like that, where you're just like, just tell me how I get paid. I just want to know how I'm going to get paid, and I can do the work. Yes. That's another reason I am super, super passionate about our compensation plan and making sure that every ambassador on my team fully understands our compensation plan and should be able to read it back to you. So yes, earn while you learn. So I love sharing our compensation plan. I think it's just when you start seeing light bulbs go off. So if you have people on your team that maybe doesn't understand our compensation plan or they've never heard it, I challenge you to get that into their hands because it can be that light bulb moment for them. So I left there and I just want to share with you just real quick a little bit of where I was, of where my family was and what was going on with us, and so to understand why I am so thankful and why I just feel so richly blessed that God dropped this into our lap. So at that point in our life, we still am, same husband. We have 3 daughters, Emma, Allie, and Sarah. And my husband's a police officer. Has for 14 years, going on 14 years, I guess. And so we were just at a place in our life where we had been for a long time, really living paycheck to paycheck. Just, it was always a struggle, married really, really young, and it was just always a constant struggle for us. And had kids really young, and, it was just always that uphill battle. So my husband at that time was working not only his 40-hour shift, but he sat and did the math here a while back. He was actually been working an extra 20, I think it was right around 20 on top of his 40-hour shift. So when you figure in all the commute time and all that, it was well over 70 hours a week. And I'm telling you, that's hard. That is hard on a marriage. It's extremely hard on children. It's hard when daddy's not there for the games. It's hard when my whole family, my whole extended family, we all live close and we get together for dinner. And when you have to look at your girls and they're going, is daddy not going to be there? Because the whole rest of the family is going to be there. And I'm like, no, daddy's got to work. So, he did it with such a heart out of love for us. And he wanted the best for us. And yes, Ashley, daddy's always working or daddy's always asleep. Oh, and my husband works nights. So I get that, during the day you're sitting there, they're trying to be kids and you're going, be quiet, daddy's asleep. And then the rest of the time you have to say daddy's at work. So it's hard. It is very hard. It's not an easy life. So we would, though, Steve loved being a police officer, though. He still does. We actually have talked retirement for him, Diamond, we've talked what that would look like, but Steve feels like it's a calling on his life. And so he is still working his regular 40-hour shift, but he loves what he does. He loves serving his community. And I loved it. At that time, I was also pretty much a stay-at-home mom. I did work for my dad one day a week at his office, so I was able to go do that. But for the most part, I was a stay-at-home mom. We had our girls in a school that we were really, really happy with. And so we loved those parts of our life. But we really, really knew something needed to change. We knew that we needed to make change somehow in some way, either really cut back or pay to make the extra money. So I've been praying and praying that God would bless us with something that he would send on. So like I said, had that magical meeting at Starbucks with Sunday that one night, and walked away from there, never honestly ever thinking that I would even be an emerald in the company. About the, like I said, she explained the compensation plan. And when she showed me what emeralds make, and then she showed me what diamonds make, I didn't care. Just to be honest with you, I was like, that's so far gone. I don't know that I will ever get there. But hey, that gold money looks really good. Like that gold money looks awesome. Money. If I could just be making senior gold money, that would rock our world. So I went home and I told my husband, see what I could do with this. His first question was like, how much is it going to cost us? Like I said, I've been in other network marketings before, and he saw what happened there when you have to shell out all kinds of money to get started. And I said, honey, I'm already an ambassador. Like I think I'm already signed up. I don't think I have to spend anything else. I think I just need to start sharing this. He was like, okay, well, go for it. So my first goal was to make enough to cover a car payment. So I'd had the 10-year-old minivan, and it had died on us. Just me into it. Those cars, you just keep putting more and more money into it, and you decide it's just not worth it anymore. So we had got me a newer car. It wasn't brand new, but it was a newer, nice car. My daughter now drives it now that I have my Lexus. So that blessing. So got that car, and I told him, I said, I'm just going to see if I can make that car payment. I can make enough money each month to cover that car payment. And he looked at me and said, Jana, if you can do that, you don't have any idea what a load that will lift off of my shoulders. And just hearing that, just like seeing it in his eyes and hearing it in his voice, that was my why, guys. I mean, that was my why. So I ran with it. First full month was November. I'm sorry. First full month was December. We met the end of November. So my first full month working Plexus was December. My first full month, I made a little over $1,000, well over that car payment. And guys, I was pumped. Now, I have to tell you, I worked it hard and heavy. I'm an all or nothing kind of girl. So either I'm going to jump into this thing and I'm going to give it everything I've got, or I'm just not going to do it. So you have to remember that when I walked into that month of December, I was like, I'm giving this everything I've got. It was Christmas break for my girls. So we did a lot of stuff together, but I spent so much time working, and it was constantly sending out messages and talking to people and just learning, training myself through. I watched so many Sonia Dudley videos those first few months. Like I felt like I just knew her. The first time I met her, I was like, oh my gosh, it's my long lost friend. So that's what I did that first month. I thought, I'm just going to see where this thing could take me. So obviously, now Diamond Ambassador, I went Emerald in, I think, oh gosh, I don't know why I never can remember the numbers. It was 14 months. I think it took me to go Emerald, and went Diamond this past January. And obviously my husband hasn't worked any part-time jobs in a long time, not one. And just to tell you the burden that was lifted off him, just to see him when he looks at me all the time, and he'll just look at me and just say, thank you. And I mean, if that won't drive you to do something, I don't know what will. When you have a man that has sacrificed and he has done everything he can for this family, and then you realize that you have been able to gift him with something that's taken a load off of his shoulders. That is, honestly, I was so worried about him even physically. All the hours he was working, I was worried about him and how he was doing. And not only of our products, and I'll tell you too, if you have any skeptical husbands out there, my husband did not take one product until when I started getting a decent paycheck with Plexus. That's when my husband he said, give me those products. Let me see what they are. So sometimes it's a matter of, you've got to show them the money a little bit before they'll start those products as well. And then they'll realize what you really do have, what a blessing we really do have in these products and the business. So that's kind of my story. That's, where we are. And that is, man, guys, I can't even tell you enough what this company means to me. Like it's not just my business. Like this company, it gets me choked up talking about it, because this company's changed our life. It has changed my kid's future. It has changed my husband's future. The fact now that if he, wants to talk about his dreams, and he wants to talk about, we want to talk about our dreams and what we want to do, and what the things we want to give to, and the things that the trips we want to be able to go on to serve. And before we never talked about it, just because it wasn't fun to talk about it, because we never, ever thought it would be a reality. So it's been life-changing for us, drastically life-changing. So I'll tell you, one of the things that made such a difference for me was when I finally got the whole develop your why thing. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, everybody's like, get your why, what's your why? And everybody's like, you're like, oh, that's really cute. All right, let me get my why. You guys know, I know, because sometimes I'll be like, that is so dumb. My why is I want to make more money. Like, that's my why. No, it's not. I was sitting at a meeting as, I think, Ruby. I was a Ruby ambassador, and heard some people talk about their why, and it hit me. I sit there in that meeting just bawling like a baby. So here's what I want to tell you. For me, my why at that time, why it hit me so hard in that meeting, was I started going deeper and deeper and deeper with that why. So yes, my why was, at the time, I want to make more money. All right, who doesn't? I want to make more money. Well, why do I want to make more money? All right, so I'm going to show you how you go deeper and how you train your people to go deeper to find their whys. So why do I want to make more money? Well, I want to make more money because my husband's having to work so many crazy hours, and I'm really tired of him not ever being here and feeling like a single mom. Okay, well, why? Why are you tired of that? Well, because it's lonely. It gets really lonely. My kids are missing out on their dad being here, and I'm tired of that for them. I don't want that for them anymore. I want their dad to be here, and he wants to be here. He wants it. So what's that going to look like? What would that look like if Dad was home more, Steve was home more? Well, my gosh, it would change everything, wouldn't it? Dad would be at home at games, be here to go to games. Dad would be here for all our family dinners. Dad would be here to tuck the girls in at night and be here to help me take them to school. Me and him can go on date nights. Like, just think of how that's going to change. So when you keep going deeper, I could start crying talking about it. When you keep going deeper and you keep going deeper, eventually that why literally should make you cry. And your why may be totally different than mine. It really, really is. I'm sure it is going to be totally different than mine. But you do not stop developing your why until you have gone deep enough to a deep enough level on the inside that you have hit the emotions, that the emotions are there. That even if you're not a crier, you're at that point where you're like, if I was a crier, I would be crying right now. All right. Because that's where you should be. Because here's what I'll tell you. This business is not all roses. It is not. This business is fun. It is a lot of fun. It is a massive blessing, but it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of down days. You're going to have down moments, and you're going to have down days. You're going to have lots and lots and lots of no's. You're going to have discouragements. You're going to have people quit. If you could see my back office, you would notice, and I know I'm not the only Diamond Ambassador saying this anyway either, but you would see a white, I call it my white line graveyard, because we all have people quit. We all do. But my why is what I always go back to. It is what drives me to keep going forward and not look behind. So if your why is developed deep enough, then you are not going to quit. Because I can promise you, and I can assure you that Plexus can help you help you reach the goals that you have established in your why. Oops, my earbuds fell out. So Plexus is the vehicle. Plexus can do it for you, but you have to quit looking behind you. You have to quit looking in the past. You have to develop your why strong enough that you are looking into the future. And so, sometimes I think, oh my goodness, like, This was the answer to prayer that I was praying for. I never dreamed that this would be it, guys, ever. Never dreamed that this was what the Lord was going to bring to me, but this is it. This is what I've been praying for years for my family. This is it, y'all. This is what you have. This is what God has given you to help you reach those goals. So just want to encourage you with your why. And, I tell everybody, if you are consistent in this business, if you are passionate in this business, and if you have that why developed deep enough, then there will be no stopping you, and you eventually you will get there. So anyway, that's what I got. You guys I'm more than happy to take questions from you guys or anything like that.
You're so amazing, Jana. And you're right. Like, we can think, oh, my why, because your why develops too over time, right?
Oh, your why will always change.
And so, like, I'm at a point where I need to redo mine. I'm like, I don't know why, but you're right. We have to get down to the emotions. And thank you for sharing your story too about how you
welcome.
Plexus and resisted it. And that's great. That's cool.
Hey, a lot of, I would say 90% of jewels, they did a survey a while back. I think about 90% of the jewels got into Plexus, and the only reason they signed up as an ambassador is for the wholesale prices. Think about that. Think about that. So if you are not presenting your customers the option of signing up with an ambassador, you may just be passing right on by a rock star, because this was not the route I thought I would take at all. So please make sure you're telling your customers about this option. Let them know that this is an option for you, and you can, if for no other reason, I don't pressure them, but if for no other reason, I just want them to know that you can get your products cheaper. So something that we train our team to, even when they sign up, I don't even like the term wholesale ambassadors, because I'm a big believer that if you call someone a particular name, that's who they'll be. So if I call them wholesale ambassador, I don't use the term on my page or anything like that, because if I call them a wholesale ambassador, then somewhere in the back of their mind, they've stuck in there that, oh, I'm a wholesale ambassador. So it never does, you don't give that opportunity to develop into something else. So that term actually has probably only been around for a year and a half. It was not a term that was used when I got started. Otherwise, that's what I would have been called. And I can tell you, it would have somewhere got stuck in the back of my head that, oh, that's what I am. I'm just a wholesale ambassador. So, but, sorry, I was telling my husband, I love you. I kissed him before we got on the call. So just so y'all know. So something though that we do is, even when I sign a wholesale ambassador, and we train our team to do this as well, we always add them to team pages anyway. So when I sign a wholesale ambassador, I tell them, oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I'm going to add you to some team pages. You're going to love it there because it's such a great support system. And we do post a lot of stuff about products. So you're going to learn so much about our products. It's going to be helpful. But I also know they're going to see a whole lot about the business. And there was a couple things for me that really intrigued me. I got that check in the mail, but Sunday also added me to team pages, and team pages piqued my interest, because you have to remember that if you have wholesale ambassadors, they technically, that's what they are, right? Even though I don't like the name, that is what they are. So they don't know the compensation plan, nor are they going to learn the compensation plan, because they just sign up for the discount. But when you can add them to team pages, and if they see a contest pop up, if they see things pop up, if there's any competitive nature in them, they're going, well, I could do that. And that's exactly what happened to me. Was that Sunday posted a contest, and I knew just enough to know that, hey, I could win that contest. Didn't know a lick about our compensation plan, not 1 ounce of it. Didn't know one thing how we got paid. But I knew I could win that contest, and I'm competitive enough to think I'm going to win it. So I did too. I won that contest without knowing anything about our compensation plan and being technically a wholesale ambassador. So that actually really, really piqued my interest, was team pages. So team pages to me, I think, are crucial to add your wholesale ambassadors to. And I try every day to make sure I'm posting something about products, or a testimony, or something like that, to keep those people engaged on your team page. So, I would totally encourage you to do that. I get that question a lot. People are like, you add them to them. I don't want to annoy them. I'm like, no. I tell them, oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to add you to my team page. It's a positive thing, guys. Don't look at it as a negative. They can leave if they want to, but let them know that it's a positive thing. They're going to learn a lot more about our products there and have support there. So yeah, that's really what sparked my interest. And it's, so many jewels have that same exact story or very, very similar stories. They were not going to sell. They just weren't. So you guys keep that in mind and keep those customers engaged and let them know of that option.
I love that. I think it's important too. I mean, if you have a customer that loves the products, convert them over, they save more money, plus they could share it and get their products for free. And most people aren't going to be like, no, I don't want my products for free. And then I feel like anyone that signs up that's committed to at least 60 to 90 days is perfect for wholesale. We don't encourage people to sign people up that are not really even as committed as a preferred customer. If they're like, I don't really want an auto ship, they probably should stay a customer. But
I sign up a lot of newbies, and I know it can kind of be a touchy subject with some jewels, but we don't, if they are, they know they're going to have that $100 a month and they know that they're going to commit to me. I ask them for 90 days if they're going to be an ambassador, then I'll sign them up as an ambassador from the get-go. So I like it that way. I feel like you're a lot more likely to get them plugged in through those team pages and get them engaged more right off the bat. Plus, they're going to get that success kit in the mail. Oh my gosh! Like even as a wholesale ambassador, they will sit down and look at that, and it will intrigue them. So yeah, we definitely do that a lot. But yeah, if they're pretty skeptical, I'm like, I think you just need to be my customer for a month or two, and then I'll try to get them to convert over. So
yeah.
I
like the 90-day rule. We really do push that hard because
yeah.
I mean, if someone's not as like, it's a good thing. If they're not as committed as a preferred customer, then they shouldn't be an ambassador, a wholesale ambassador at all. Like, I feel like that's kind of a good gauge sometimes for people.
It is, and it's a fine line there. And I'll encourage you to really listen to Rachel there, because I know so many people, there's a lot of people who all of a sudden they just start signing everybody up as an ambassador. Everybody is an ambassador. And then I'll tell you what happens is if they really weren't that committed, all those people go inactive and you have all these white lines in your back office. And that's actually more discouraging than a customer quitting. It really is. But I want you guys to know people are going to quit. You keep pushing forward. I can remember the day for some reason when I had 11 white lines. I don't know why I remember 11. I just remember calling Sunday and be like, this isn't going to work. I have 11 white lines, 11. She's like, oh my gosh, calm down. We all have lots. I mean, that was a long time ago. I had hit gold, I think, at that point. And I quit counting them a couple of years ago. Don't count them.
How long did it take you to Diamond again?
Diamond, from the time I started working it, would have been 26 months. 26 months from the time I started working it. I guess actually like 28 months from the time I signed up as an ambassador, but there was that 2-month period in there when I wasn't really doing anything at all. So yeah.
Awesome.
26 months. Yeah. It's been a game changer. I can remember when Steve quit all his part-time jobs. That was like, you talk about, guys, that was like a whole nother job. It was basically like he was working 2 full-time jobs. So all of a sudden in 1 week, he quit all his part-time jobs. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, a part-time job in the police world, that's like, I know Ashley knows, it's like, work in the bank or work in the movie theater, or when you see police officers doing all those off-duty jobs. So he worked tons of them. Tons of them. Yeah, security at all different places. He worked security at apartments. Yes, he did lots of those. So he had his regulars. He had ones every single week. He worked the apartments. He worked the bank. He worked the movie theater. He had certain ones that he was supposed to be there every day on top of his 40-hour shift. So when he quit all those, I can remember my girls being like, oh, Dad's here. And every time I turn around, they'd be like, oh, Dad's home. I'd be like, yes, he lives here. They're like, but he's not usually here so much. So just to see that, I mean, just the bond that he did everything he could before. I mean, when he was here, he was with us. But when you're basically, gone working 2 full-time jobs, it's hard. So just to see that, there's a lot of times I still just can't get over it. I can't get over the difference that it has made. And just, I mean, even just the fact that we've been able to have talks about retirement and him retiring if he wanted to retire. It's just like, oh my gosh, it blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. So thankful for it. So thankful I took that plunge and just decided to run as hard as I could with it and see where it would take us. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Amazing. So do y'all have any questions? Because Jana's got worlds and worlds of knowledge too. Like worlds of knowledge. We've got some hardcore runners on this call too.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, we've got some runners up in here. Amanda usually has a question. She's being super quiet, but she usually has a question.
Did you cold message all the time? Ashley asked. Okay, so when I first started, I was pretty chicken. I still could kick myself over some people that signed up with other people because I didn't cold message them. And I'm talking about when we first started, I was pretty chicken, guys. That has obviously drastically changed. Yes, I do. I, for a long time now, have done tons and tons of cold messages. I'm constantly trying to make new friends, not just because of Plexus. That's just part of who I am. But yeah, I am always trying to add new friends to Facebook, just make new friends in my real life. And I'm always cold messaging them. I send lots and lots and lots of them. So yeah, definitely cold messages. If you're not doing it, you're missing out. You really are. It's what's going to get the conversation rolling. I've had people that I cold messaged like 2.5 years ago. A girl that I just cold messaged, I look back, it's been well over 2 years, finally signed up with me last month. So you guys, this business is one that it's not always going to be that instant gratification. It is going to take time. So one thing I know Rachel and I were talking about is I'm such a big believer, what you do today, and they talked about this at Leaders Retreat, but what you do today greatly affects where you're going to be 90 days from now. You cannot wait until day 85 to decide where you're going to be on day 90. It is what you're doing right now that's going to be the game changer 90 days from now. So if you constantly keep that in the back of your mind, 3 months from now, what is 3 months from now? Okay, well, where do I want to be at that point? Well, now's the time to start acting the part. Now's the time to start putting in the work towards that goal. So many people want to be gold tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, well, you can be gold by, maybe December or January, but you've got to put the work in now. So once you can get people to wrap their brain around that to where they realize that, you're going to start putting the work into gold right now. And then next month you haven't technically hit gold, but you're going to actually start working towards senior gold. And so when people can wrap their brain around that you're working up, that what you do today greatly affects where you're going to be 3, 4, 5 months from now. So many people, that's why, it's so discouraging. People just take off in the summer and then they pick up, they're like, I'm back in the fall. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? We kind of got to start back up here. We've got to see where we are right now and where we can get you by November, by December. So, it's really this business, there's no secret. I wish there was a great secret. People ask me all the time, what's the secret? Like, there isn't one. Work your tail off. Ask a lot of people. Seriously, that's the secret. It is. It's being consistent. It is being committed. It is knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the vehicle that can get you to your dreams. When you realize that and you truly believe it, and there's not one part of you that's questioning it, when you believe it with every ounce of your being, then it will drive you to keep working harder because you'll know that you can get there. And so I hope you guys, that's always something I want to make sure I get across to people is that I'm just like you. I'm just, a wife and a mom with money struggles and kid struggles and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing different about me. It's just a matter of realizing that I had something special here, that there was something different about this company, and realizing that this, a few months into, I was like, this is going to be our answer. Like, this is going to be the answer to prayer, Lord. Like, this is it, when you get that and you realize it, then nothing's going to stop you. Don't let any no stop you. I mean, my sister posted on our team page the other day, she sat down and sent out 30 cold messages in one day. And she said, guess how many, this was like 2 days later, she goes, guess how many I've heard back from? One. But that one was out of town. And she said, as soon as they get back in town, they're meeting up at Starbucks to talk Plexus. One is all it takes to help you reach the goals that you want to reach. People think you need all 30. You don't. So just know that. I always say, for every 10 messages that you send, you're pretty lucky if you get one response back. But also know that you have planted a seed. And so 3 months from now, 4 months from now, one of those others may come back. They may see a post that you make. Please don't ever stop posting, ever. The moment you stop posting is the moment everybody else thinks you've quit, and they will find another Plexus ambassador. So if for no other reason, I know people are like, no one comments on it, or I don't get any business from it. Oh, people are seeing it. They are seeing it, and they're knowing if you're still in the game or you're not. So if you planted the seed 3 months ago, and then all of a sudden some interesting post about Block pops up, or you posted something really cool about a vacation you've been able to pay for because of Plexus. Or I tell you, one of my, I've got a Ruby ambassador on my team. What did it for her was I told her we were remodeling my kitchen. Well, it wasn't a drastic remodel, but it was all new countertops and new appliances. So it was a pretty big, it was fairly big remodel that we'd wanted to do, and Plexus paid for it. That's what got her attention. It wasn't any of the products. She did not need to lose weight. She did not have any health concerns that she thought. She's actually seen some major results from our products, but it was me posting a while back that we were doing work on our kitchen. And she was like, tell me more. I want to know what you're doing. So people are watching, and they're just wanting to know if you're serious about this. And if your posts aren't coming across as though you're passionate and you're serious and you mean it, then they know that. They can read it. So they can read between the lines. So make sure you're conveying your story through your Facebook posts, telling your story. What is your story? Every post you make should have some tidbit of your story in there. It doesn't mean a long post, but you should be conveying to people what Plexus is doing for you somehow, some way. So yeah, I don't know how I got on that rabbit trail. I'm a big rabbit trail person. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. We love it. You're right about the story. Well, we also talk about, if you post about the products, you're just going to get customers. You have to post about the business. You have to post about the freedom that it's giving you. Like, for example, Amanda quit her job to do Plexus full time. And I'm like, every day that you leave the house, you need to say something about how it's different in your life now and how Plexus has allowed you to do that, or how your life is different now, and don't even talk about Plexus. Because
drastically.
The lifestyle change that she's experiencing. I mean, she worked you can speak for yourself, but she worked underground in a cave, basically. She was alabaster white when I met her, right? You were like, yeah. You were alabaster white. I was like, Amanda, she's like, I don't ever see sunshine. And it broke my heart. I know, like you just did. It broke my heart. And I remember working in cube, and plants died in my cube. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she's like, but I want to do Plexus full time. And I was like, let's just do it, because you can't live in a cave.
No, that does break my heart. I need the sun. Like, I need some sunlight. I could not live like that. Oh yeah. I mean, definitely. And it doesn't matter what Plexus has done for you. It doesn't matter if it's paying for your products, or if you're just, I had a girl the other night, treat her family to a big seafood dinner. And the way she posted about it was so sweet, because her family loves seafood, and it was a place that they never get to go to. And she was like, I get to treat my family to a seafood dinner, all paid for by Plexus. This would have never happened before Plexus. So guys, little things like that. Whenever somebody is just, stuck at home, they're, maybe they just don't have the money to even go out to dinner. They see something like that. They're like, hey, tell me more. Like, I would love to be able to go out to dinner once a week. Like, tell me something, tell me what's going on here, how you're doing this. So let people know what it's doing for you, the products and the business. I think that is key. You need to let them know both, because we are a product-driven company, thank the Lord. But we also are a business-driven company. And I told a girl last night, I was on a three-way call. I was like, that's when you know you've hit the sweet spot. We have the sweet spot here because we have the best of both worlds. And if you research other network marketing companies, it is not that way. They either have a great product and sorry compensation plan, or this great compensation plan, but it's a sorry product. Guys, we have the best of both worlds. Let people in on that. They have to know that we really, really do, because some people are going to be driven to run their company, run their business through our products. And some of them are going to be more prone to, run it, the business side of it. But we have the best of both worlds. So you can go either way or both. So, yeah, definitely let people know what it's doing for you, not just health-wise though. Let them in, and you can do it in a way that's, people are always worried about bragging or sounding like they're being boastful. You can do it in a way though that you do let people know that it's from your heart, that you have a heart to help other people, because a big theme on our team is that just as many people are hurting financially as people hurting physically. So we have an answer for those people hurting physically, right? We know we do that. Like, I don't think usually we're afraid to share that. Usually we're like, hey, I have something that I think will help you. Why are we so afraid to help the families and the mommies that are hurting financially? Why are we so chicken to say, hey, I've got something that could help you? Because I know from personal experience that the pain of that is just as real and just as hard and just as painful as the pain of a physical difficulty. So, let people know that you have something for them. You have an answer for them. So, I think when you can wrap your brain around that, and if you've ever been there, if you've ever been in those shoes, then you know what I'm talking about. So, guys, we've got an answer for people. We really do. Mm-hmm. $300 to $400 a month can change a family, and we all know that $300 or $400 a month is not hard to make in Plexus. If you draw your line in the sand, you can be making way more than that. So we have an answer for families. Sure.
I love that. Well, we always say lifestyle branding. Just as part of your lifestyle. The financial benefit is part of your lifestyle. Even if you were able to, something as stupid as I can dry clean my clothes now. Y'all are going to laugh. But for the first year of Shane and I's marriage, no going out to eat, no dry cleaning clothes. It just, we were broke. And so $100, $200 was a game changer. We could do dry cleaning, or we could go for a meal out, or groceries didn't have to be, Sprouts isn't bad, but it was just Sprouts. Whole Foods wasn't even an option, but I grew up going to Whole Foods. So it was awkward to transition to that,
Yeah.
And it caused a lot of arguments, because I'm like, why can't we just go to Whole Foods? I don't understand. And so, $200 can completely change someone's life. It's
drastically.
It's an electric bill and a cell phone bill. Some people literally go paycheck to paycheck. We were paycheck to paycheck until Plexus, for sure, until Plexus.
Yeah, and what a gift. Just to be able, I don't post about it a lot, but just be able to, just the beauty of being able to help others that Plexus has allowed us. The other day, I always, Steve and I are big on making sure we talk to each other about before we spend big amounts of money. But I knew a need, and I messaged him and said, hey, I'm writing this girl a check for this amount. Is that okay? And he wrote back, he's like, of course it's okay. He's like, I love your heart. So just the fact that we get to do that we get to help other people, you had no idea what that will do for you. When you hear a need and you're like, I get to help. I'm so excited. I get to help. The Lord has provided for me to be able to help this family. So that will motivate you for sure. So exciting. And so you guys have got it you got it at your fingertips. You really do. It's right here. You just have to share.
I forgot about that. Last Christmas, we were able to anonymously give to someone that we saw struggling, and just totally anonymously, which was really fun. That's super fun.
It's actually more fun.
Only one person on our team knows what happened. One person.
Yeah.
But we were able to just bless people anonymously. And then also we partnered up with Cheyenne and Kevin, and they had a family that they give to, but the family had expanded that year. one of the nieces was staying with the aunt, you know, that doesn't usually stay with them. And so we were able to go to Target and buy shoes and all that stuff. We have never had extra money at Christmas. I mean, where like we wouldn't pay a bill kind of extra money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like we had extra money where like no bills were going to go unpaid. We didn't end up doing a lot of Christmas presents for each other. We didn't care. But you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's so exciting.
You can bless this Christmas. Work your fanny off in November so that in December, that paycheck, you can bless others.
Seriously, like that will drive you. It will drive you like nothing else. I mean, it's amazing to be able to change everything for your own family. That's a whole nother type of blessing. But when you get to start making those changes and helping other families, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So yeah, I mean, I still have to pinch myself sometimes. I really do. It's amazing. So
like forget the planner, although the planner's cool. But
I do want the planner though.
Did you earn it yet?
No, I need one more customer, but I'm working on it. I've got it there.
You got it. I got it yesterday.
Yay! No, I'm excited. I just need one more and I'll have that planner. It looks amazing. So you guys earn that planner. You know, if for nothing else, try to get anything Plexus offers you because then you can post about it. I know it sounds dumb, but anytime you win anything or you earn anything, please post about it because you are showing people what can be done with Plexus. And you know, I don't know. That was just a little extra there. You got that for free, but a little extra tip.
Like, if you're a leader,
post about it. I guess what I'm saying is I've got people on my team that have won big prizes and never posted about it. And I'm like, that is so crazy to me. You know, that's not that the person that gave it to you needs the glory for it. It's a matter of you're showing your audience what you can get here. It's not just the paycheck. Like, we can win all kinds of cool things and cool prizes and be able to, have these opportunities. So let your Facebook audience and your other, whatever social media you use, let them in on it. Let them in on the little secret we have here with Plexus for sure. And all the fun stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So
I love that. Do you see Ashley had a question?
What was your team?
Oh my God, the biggest bug.
Okay. We say that, just as so many people are hurting, I have it written out. I'll have to find it. If I find it, I'll share it with Rachel. She can share it with y'all. Just as many people, how did I have it worded? Now I can't repeat it back. Just as there are so many people hurting physically, there are just as many families hurting financially. So I think that's the way I have it worded. So you have to remember that. And when you can keep, I'm a Diamond ambassador. You would think I could afford better earphones.
Girlfriend.
No, actually I had a better set and my dog got a hold of them. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So yeah, when you guys can get that, when you can get that drilled into you, so many times we're so afraid to talk money though. I think that's what holds us back. We're like, I don't want to, I'm so afraid to talk money with these people. Please don't be afraid. I'm so thankful somebody shared it with me. And, I think a lot of people are good at hiding it. Nobody really realized the financial struggle that we were going on. Just like Rachel, I mean, probably nobody realized that there was a financial struggle there or that, there was some arguments. I know we had those discussions. I like to call them discussions. It sounds so much nicer. Discussions of how we were spending our money. And, I'm kind of the same way, like, why can't I shop here? This is where I want to shop. I don't want to go to Walmart. That sounds so snotty, doesn't it? I was just at Walmart yesterday, by the way. But yeah, I mean, you have those discussions. And so a lot of people don't know it though. They don't realize you're living paycheck to paycheck. So if we're not sharing, I think sometimes we prejudge people. We think they don't need this. They're doing fine. Please don't prejudge people. You do not know what's going on behind the scenes. I promise you, even some of your closest friends and family members, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So give the opportunity out there to them. They need to know that it's there and that it's real. And the only way they're going to know about it is if you present it to them.
That's true. Okay, so does anyone else have questions? I feel like y'all are so, Amanda, there we go.
I've got several kind of quick questions for you. And if you answered these somewhere along the way, I apologize for not connecting the dots or missing it.
Okay.
But What do you say in your cold message that you're sending out to people?
Okay. I have some samples that I have lots of samples that I've given my team, but you have to remember a couple things. You never want a cold message to be really lengthy. They will never read it. So always keep that first and foremost. You want it to be short and sweet and to the point. Second of all, you have to remember it's a relationship. So while this is business, and I train my team that there are definitely times and places that we have to put on our business hat, it's relationships first and foremost. So you have to keep that in the back of your mind. But the most recent cold message I sent out was a girl who's a hairstylist, and she's a young mom of 2. And I just sent a message to her, said, Erica, I want you, we have a little bit of a relationship. I have talked to her in the last month or 2 enough to where I felt like I could send this message to her. I said, girl, I want you on my team. You would rock this business. I desperately want you to join my team. Like, I worded it that way. She's young. I knew she would laugh. I knew she would kind of, take it not too overly serious. So I had to, I thought that, I didn't really spend a lot of time thinking that through. A lot of times when something pops in your head, when I see somebody and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to send them a message and tell them I want them on my team. I just shoot it straight. If I think of how I would say to them if I was face to face with them. But a lot of times it'll be, so I have a diamond. I have an emerald ambassador on my team who is a result of a cold message, Ashley Potter. I sent Ashley a message saying, hey girl, Ashley and I know each other way back. Ashley's on my team, and I actually signed her up, but I signed her up under my mom. So only person I've ever done that for. There's a little tip for you. Don't sign people up under people. I say there's only 2 exceptions. If it's your mama or your husband, it's the only exceptions I'll give you there. Don't go sign a people up under other people on your team thinking you're helping them. You're not helping them. You're hurting them, because they're going to come to expect it. So don't do that. But I did sign Ashley up under my mom. She was a family friend. But I sent her a message being like, hey girl, at that time she just had 1 little boy. He was a baby. I said, I love seeing pictures of Titus. That kid is so stinking cute. And all I said was, hey, have you ever thought about doing Plexus? Because I know you could rock this business. That was it. And got the conversation rolling. With a couple of days, she was signed up as an ambassador, and she's now an Emerald ambassador. So, it doesn't always work out that way, but I've had lots and lots of people sign up as a result of a cold message, but I just keep them short and sweet and to the point. And I'll tell you a little tip. If it's somebody maybe, guys, I've signed up people from elementary school. People always think too that they don't have a big network of people. And I'm like, yes, you do. You went to school with people. You have different groups. You have different networks that you have at some point in your life been involved with. And my most recent ambassador was a girl that I went to elementary school with. I haven't seen her since 4th grade. Have not seen her since 4th grade. But I've always been very, very careful to make sure that I comment on her Facebook posts, that we somehow, not that there was interaction going on behind the scenes, but there was on Facebook. I liked her posts. I would comment on her posts. So when I sent her that cold message, it wasn't weird and awkward. It was, hey, Dawn, how's it going? I love seeing pictures of your kids. Can't believe we both just turned 40. And, have you ever thought about doing Plexus? This business is rocking my world, and I know you would do amazing at it. So that's kind of where I go with cold messages. I always let people know if I really do think that they would be amazing at this, I tell them. Like, I tell them, I'm like, I promise you, your personality, your network of people, you would rock it. So
very good.
Hopefully that helps a little bit.
It does. So one question kind of from my team, and one that I got today from a team member, is that with the holidays, she's having a lot of people saying, no, I can't do it right now with the holidays. Once we get past the holidays, then check back in with me. And I'm sure we all get that. But what do you say in response to those people when you get that message?
Well, a couple things. 2 things I would say is I always empathize with them. Always. Don't ever try to just come back with a straight rebuttal towards them. You'll shut them down. So always say, oh man, I really do understand. I know holidays are tough, man. We are busy. And sometimes, if they've thrown out there that they're strapped financially because of holidays, then empathize with that. Let them know that you really do understand. You have to do that to start off your message. And then tell them, but I want you to know, hey, if you sign up with me, if you were to go ahead and sign up with me, I could have you a paycheck by December 15th. Actually, I could have you a paycheck by next Friday. if you would just team up with me, I could tell you how you could do that. And then actually I could help you pay for Christmas. Like literally, guys, we're still early enough in the game to where they could have a paycheck by December 15th. Well, that's 10 days before Christmas. That would help a lot of people, just a couple $100. Think of a couple $100. If they were able to get that before Christmas, what that would do for a lot of families. But you can also be like, hey, if you really wanted to make a commitment with me, I'd sit down with you. We could start your list. I can help you start contacting people, and maybe we could have you a paycheck by next Friday. If it's products that they're like, let me just wait till the 1st, then I'll tell them, I always emphasize, oh girl, I totally understand. Like I'm going to eat my Thanksgiving dinner too, and I can't wait for some of the goodies coming up, over the holidays. But been in this now 3 years, and here's what I'll tell you, because of my Plexus products, haven't gained a pound over the holidays. So just think about it. You may not be thinking weight loss yet because it's not January 1st, but keep in mind that you don't want to start off January 1st heavier than you are right now on November 15th. Think how awesome it would be just to start off even just the same weight. So there's a way to take it from the health, perspective. But also what I'll tell you, Amanda, is that encourage your people to know that that's okay. This December not always, it's definitely not the slowest month of the year by any means, but it can be a slower month because it's Christmas. Everybody's busy. But if there's ever a time to plant seeds, it is between today and December 31st. If there's ever been a time to plant seeds with Plexus. And if you can just get your team to wrap their brain around that you are planting seeds, you are planting seeds, you are planting seeds, and you just wait till January. You just wait. January, February, March, April, May, for me, have always been hands down the 5 biggest months in Plexus. Hands down. So there's nothing that compare to those months. But if you quit working now and you throw in the towel now, then it's going to be even harder to pick it up January 1st. But if you just think of it, I'm planting seeds, I'm going to keep watering them and watering and watering them, and you just wait till January, and that's when you're going to get the harvest. So definitely encourage your team to look at it that way and know that it will be worth it. It will so be worth it versus the people that just quit in December, kind of like the people that quit in summer. I'm like, what are y'all thinking? Like, you don't just quit. I promise you do not want to do that. So yeah, that's how I would encourage you to, encourage your team a little bit there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Because
you're welcome.
Like I knew some of the pieces of that, but like a response back to her, I was like, I'm missing the right words to be able to put this in a positive way and a tangible, here's what you say back to them. So that really helps a lot. My kind of last question here was, you mentioned the contest that got you involved. What was that contest? What was it that sparked it for you, if you recall that?
All I can remember is she was giving away $250, which was a really big contest at the time. That Sunday was pretty new, and she was really trying to grow fast. And I always talk about the contest, and now I can't even remember exactly what it was. You know what? I do know what it was. All you had to do was sign a new ambassador. All you had to do was sign a new ambassador with a welcome pack, and you got put in a drawing for $250. So I didn't even know I was for sure going to win it, but it was like a month-long deal. She was trying to promote, and honestly, she doesn't do as big of prizes now. It was kind of she was working really hard at the time and I've run a lot of big contests. I'm a big contest girl. I really am. I believe big time in contests. It's amazing what people will do for a $15 Target gift card. Like, it'll blow your mind what people will do for a $15 Target gift card. So I'm a big on that because I think for one thing, it'll show you who your competitive people are, your people that will work for that contest. You're going to kind of draw them out a little bit. Now, not everybody is a contest-driven person. Not every jewel in Plexus is a contest-driven person. I think it all goes back to a lot of those different color personalities. But a lot of us are, and I am. And so I love contests because they just I think it's motivating for people. And just for a lot of those people that are those wholesale ambassadors, they realize that they can win this. So like I don't do this every month, but once every 3-4 months, I'll do a contest to where if you have your PV, if you have your $100 in PV by the 15th or by the 20th, like I just announced it last night and I'm ending it tomorrow. So I just gave them 2 days. I just said, you have 2 days, and I'm giving away some stuff I brought home from Hawaii. I'm calling it my Hawaii goodie bag package or something like that. I can't remember what I called it. And so people are all gung-ho. They're like, oh my gosh, I can do that. People that you never hear from on a team page will comment. They'll be like, I'm in, I've got my $100, and they've never commented on your team page before. It's another way to get some interaction on your team page too, because I know that's a struggle for a lot of people. So I love contests, like love them. I really do. It creates a lot of excitement on your team if you make them good ones. I think there's definitely, you never want long contests. I'm a big believer in shorts. I don't even like month-long contests. I just think they're too long and people are bored with them by the end of the month. I like a 2 or 3 day contest, and I do contests for adding ambassadors. I do educational contests. If I run across a great super video, post it, give me your few takeaways, and I'll do a drawing for a bottle of, X Factor or something. So people do that. And then you're educating your people. You're educating your people that don't even think they want to be educated. So I do a lot of those as well, because they'll do it for a chance at winning a bottle of X Factor. I'm like, haha, I tricked you. You're being educated too. So, a lot of times it'll be a business one. It'll be kind of a business video. So I love contests though. Oh my gosh, my team knows I do. I get so excited. I just think it drives so many people. So anything else?
Oh yeah. Amanda, is that all your questions, honey?
Yeah, those were the ones that were like at the top of my head. So thank you very much. You've shared some awesome information. But I want other people to be able to ask their burning questions too.
Those are phenomenal questions.
They are.
On time, Jana. I know it's getting kind of late.
Oh, you're fine. I'm good. Our team calls, we're always like, we're going to keep it at 30 minutes. Then an hour and a half later, everybody's still just talking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't ever keep it at 30 minutes.
I know. I'm really going to try, but it's like, it's so hard when you have a guest like you on. I'm like, I don't want to cut it off. Like, be like, okay, y'all, Jana's done now. I can't do that because I'm like, teach us more.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as it's okay with you, because we definitely want to respect your time.
No, you're fine. You're totally fine.
You're amazing. Yeah. So
can y'all hear me?
This is a big deal that Jana's here at to ask questions to a diamond. So it is.
Somebody else. Was that you, Ashley?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. I crawled out of my son's bed. What do you say? Okay. So I've added 20 level 1s, but yet every single one of them are just, I don't want to say it, wholesale.
Yeah, that's okay.
How do you get them
motivated?
How do you get them to want to get free products? Because literally I can't even, I haven't even been able to talk them into get your next month free pretty much if you
right.
just add 3 people.
Well, I would encourage you to, a couple things. Keep in the back of your mind, I want you to remember that just as, like we said, for every 10 people you message, you might get 1 response. And that doesn't even mean you're going to get 1 person to sign up. You just might get a response. Right. So you've got to keep that in mind for your team as well. The vast majority of my team are people who are just getting wholesale prices. I shouldn't say the vast majority. I have a lot of workers. But, I've got a huge portion of my team that are discount people or just kind of piddling around with the business. They just kind of, here and there, if mom wants to order or best friend wants to order, whatever. So you have to make it appealing to them. You have to try to get them to be attracted to what we have. So I think that goes back a lot to us, talking about how we're posting, how we're sharing. Do they want what we have? Are we portraying it the right way? Are we portraying what Plexus can do for them financially? Are we really filling them in on it? And then I would spend the time to just one-on-one, reach out and message them. And I would ask them, say to them, is there anything about the Plexus business that interests you? Is there anything about it that I've shared with you that interests you? And then, are you gold, Ashley?
No, not
Okay.
yet. That's what I'm
Okay, so
working on.
this is how I would say, I know you love your products. And so is there anything about the business side of Plexus that interests you? And then I would send that. I've done this a lot and it works. And then right after that, I would drop the income disclosure statement. This is all done through a message or a text, just a little picture of the income disclosure statement, and just say, I just wanted to share this with you because I'm well on my way to gold. My upline Rachel's an Emerald ambassador with Plexus. Or I wouldn't say upline. Don't ever use the word upline or sponsor because that throws people off. Just use the word friend. My friend Rachel, or whoever, your upline is. Don't use that wording when you're talking to a potential or even to someone who's just a wholesale ambassador. People are kind of freaked out over those words. Those are network marketing words. And so people don't get it. And then I would say, right now, I would say, I just got off a call with my friend Jana, who's a diamond ambassador with Plexus. That's what I would say. And that's exactly how I would word it. And just say, I just want you to know, heard their stories. They're just wives and moms like us. You even can say Jana's a police officer's wife, just like I am, diamond ambassador, and she's my friend. And, I just want you to realize the potential that's here. When people see the income disclosure statement, that's when you see jaws drop. And they're like, what? Most people think that you can maybe make $400 or $500 a month in a business like this, and that's it. That's generally what most people think. So it's up to you to make sure that you let them know what the potential really is. So that's exactly how I would send it. I would send it in 2 separate messages though. Send them that message, just say, have you ever thought about it? Like, have you ever thought about the business side? Then right after that, just say, I just want to make sure you've seen our income disclosure statement. And always use the words like, I'm hoping to go gold. Don't ever use the word hope, guys. That creates doubt in their mind. You say, I am well on my way. I'm almost a gold ambassador. I'm well on my way to becoming a gold ambassador with Plexus. And my friend Rachel's a Emerald, and just got off the phone with my friend Jana, who's a diamond. So you've all of a sudden created a sense of reality for them, a sense of realness for them, that they realize that, oh, okay, she actually knows people that have hit those top ranks. And even gold, guys, gold's impressive to people. People see that gold income and they're like, oh, Ashley's making gold money? I can do that. So you let them know whatever your next rank is, you tell them. I don't care if you just went gold yesterday. You say, I'm well on my way now to senior gold. And you don't say, I'm hoping to be senior gold or I'm working towards senior gold. You just say, I'm well on my way to it. And
Okay.
it's up to you. You've got to really put it out there. You've got to be bold and put it out there and let them know where you're going. You've got to play the part too, guys. Make sure you play the part. If you want to be a diamond ambassador with Plexus, and you have to act like a diamond ambassador with Plexus. So act now like I'm going to let people know without a shadow of doubt, I'm going to be a diamond ambassador with Plexus. Heck yeah, I am. So yeah, that's how I would do that. But I would do that with every single person on your team, even your white lines. If you have any white lines, I would send it to all of them.
Okay, hold on. I'm taking notes on this. That's incredible. Okay, so literally you would message Jane, white line, and say, hey, Jane, I was wondering if you've ever thought about the business side of Plexus.
Yeah. If she's a white line, just say, I don't, probably know more if there's a backstory there, if there's why she's white lined. A lot of times, honestly, people go white line because they don't have the money. They really do. They'll tell you that it's something else, but then when the truth finally comes out, a lot of times, and they can't, and I get it. Like I've been there, I get it. So, you have to just say, these products, somebody that's a white line, just say, hey, I know you've tried the products on and off. I love our products. Our products are changing lives. So you don't have to go into their story of why they quit, or if the products, if they didn't feel like the products worked or whatever. You don't even have to go there. Just say, I just feel like, just thinking about you today, and I want to make sure you realize the business potential with Plexus. Have you ever thought about the business side of Plexus? I do that a lot, and I'll drop the income disclosure statement. I do it a lot too when people throw me on three-way messages with their potentials. We'll get the conversation going, and we'll do the same exact thing. We'll talk about the business side a little bit, and then I drop the income disclosure statement and tell them where I am, where the person who I'm on the third party message with will tell them, well, I'm on my way to gold. Even if they just went silver yesterday, that's what we say. I'm on my way to gold. I'm well on my way to gold. So let them know, build the belief in them, because you are on your way to gold. So,
oh my gosh, I don't think I use the income disclosure statement enough.
It is
like at all.
Unbelievable to people. It's fun actually to watch people see it in real life. They look at it and they go, I was at a coffee shop with a girl the other day. She was just going to be a customer. And I was with my level 1 and her potential. So this is what I do. And we were just meeting to talk products. That's it. And I knew that. I knew all she wanted was products. So guys, guess what I did? I used Plexus Power Tools. I printed off the sheet that had all our products on it. Underneath it though, I printed an income disclosure statement, stapled them together. So I always make sure that's in there. So we sit on the table, we talk products. For a long time, we talk products. And then all of a sudden I see her flipping over, and then she puts it back down, and she looks at me, she goes, she literally took a double take. She said, a minute ago, did you say you were a diamond ambassador? I was like, yeah, I am. Oh my gosh. I was like, so it's kind of awkward at that point, but you're like, they're like, oh my word. So guess who she at that point was debating between a customer or an ambassador. Guess who became an ambassador? So yeah, use it. The company gave it to us. I think I don't think it's used enough at all. And people they don't realize the potential. People mess around with other network marketing companies just enough to know that, you might be able to make a few $100. My sister was in another, I don't know, I guess I can say the name of it. She was in Cincy, and honestly, worked her tail off. I watched her. I was like, you're doing all that work for how much money? And it was ridiculous. And maybe there is big money to be made in Cincy. I don't know. I just know she worked really hard, and she, made a few $100s, but nothing great, And so that's where people's minds are. That's where their mind goes. They think of all this work. They've seen people sell, home products and kitchen products and, all these makeup products, and they've seen people stock products and have to get them out to people, and they've seen all that. And so they're automatically in the back of their mind, that's what they've kind of prejudged Plexus as. So it's up to us to let them know that we're different.
Love that. I'm going to use that income disclosure statement more. I don't feel like we use it enough, team. I don't feel like I've trained y'all on that, and I apologize but I literally took verbatim what you said. I was typing as quickly as my little fingers could possibly go. And I have the one, if you have a new green line or someone that joined in a couple months, what to send to them.
Yeah.
And then drop that income disclosure. And then I've got the one, which is just been thinking about you today, wondering if you've ever thought about the biz side of Plexus to a Y line. Oh, I know you try the products on and off. I love the products that changed my life. Just thinking.
If people, what's the worst thing people can do to you? They can ignore you, or they can say no. That's it, guys. That's it. My self-worth isn't tied up in someone telling me no. So it's okay if they tell you no. All it takes is a few yeses. That's it. That's all it takes is a few yeses.
How many level 1s do you have?
I figured I'm now growing my husband's leg. Always sounds so weird. He's like, that sounds so weird when you say that. But I'm growing my husband's team. So I put a lot of people under him. I've signed up, I think I figured up the other day right at 90. So
is that because I include the ones I put under Shane as my ones?
Yeah, well, that's not including all of them because he signed up some of them. So probably with all the ones he's actually signed up, I don't know, we're well over 100. I don't know how many, just to be honest with you. It's been 3 years and not all of them are my reports anymore either, if they went inactive a long time ago. So I've tried to sit down and figure out, and when the back office change hit, a lot of them disappeared. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have notes of all of them somewhere, but a lot happens in 3 years.
Okay, so now as a diamond, how many active level ones do you have?
Active level ones.
Like running, not like,
Actually working? Oh gosh. I'd have to think about that, Rachel.
Is that on the spot? Sorry.
I don't know, maybe 15 to 20, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to give perspective because I feel like people think that you need to have a team of 100 active level ones to go diamond, and you
No.
don't.
And that's been since I've gone diamond. When you hit a rank, it does magical things for your business. It does magical things for the people you've already signed up. Here's what I'll tell you, though. I went emerald with 2 strong legs. I had some other level ones that were working, but I went emerald with 2 strong legs.
Me too.
So, and I'm not embarrassed of it. I worked my tail off with those 2 strong legs. They were my runners at the time. They were the people that wanted it. So I worked my tail off with them to get them to their rank so that I could rank up to emerald. Once I hit emerald, definitely got some more runners going. I definitely got a few other runners going. Diamond, I remember the day I hit diamond. The next morning I woke up to so many messages of people wanting to sign up with me that I had planted those seeds, like 2 years ago. And a lot of current ambassadors that were not working at all. They're like, okay, now we want to work. It was literally the next day. So I would tell anybody, if you can hit a rank, like if you're close to hitting gold or you're close to hitting senior gold, do everything in your power to hit it, because your team needs to see it, and it'll do magical things for your friends and family to see you hit that rank.
Yes.
So you need to hit it. But yeah, I did. I got to emerald with, I don't know how many level ones I'd signed up at that point, but I had several workers. Don't get me wrong. I had some gold ambassadors, level ones, and I had some other workers, but I got there with 2 strong legs. That's it. 2 strong legs got me to emerald. That's all it takes.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
I had a ton of active level ones at that point.
Yeah.
Ordering, or at least like silver and gold. And then we had a couple strong legs. Well, I have a very strong leg, Kimberly. She's senior ruby now. And she went senior ruby a couple days before I went emerald. So we tend to rank together. But we've got some really strong people on outside her legs as well that are just killing it now. So, we're in full momentum. It's incredible.
That's exciting. That's what happens. That is what happens. It really is. But so many people do think that you need, that you need to have, 50 runners to even hit it to emerald, and you don't. It's great if you do make that your goal, but you don't have to have it. Think about it this way. I actually thought about it one day. If we say that you need 20 levels 1 through 3 to get you to gold, that's right. 20 levels 1 through 3 will get you to gold. So, because 20 times 5 is 100 points.
Yeah.
So if you kind of keep along those lines, which it doesn't usually play out this way, but that means you need 300 levels 1 through 3 to hit you to emerald. So if you think about it the same lines, I know 300 can seem like a lot to a lot of people, but it's really not. We all know 300 people, and this does not mean you signed up 300 people. This means that you've signed up, however many level ones, and you've helped them to start signing up people. So I think a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, I need, 2,000 people to go emerald. No, you don't. You don't. So you can do it. Anybody can do this. So break it down to where, you realize that it is doable. It is doable. It really, really is. It's definitely doable for anybody to go gold. So you guys can do it.
It's going to happen for everyone here. I know it. For sure, it's going to happen for everyone. Okay, well, I have a question. I've got this girl. She won't sign up. She loves the product. Sent her a 7 or 3-day trial of Cinnamon Block. Loves it. Obsessed with it. Helped her. She runs this incredible social media thing. She's super networked, just like Instagram, massive amounts of followers, loves the products, and she won't buy, she won't sign up. And she just keeps saying in a couple months, in a couple months, in a couple months. But we talk all the time. I don't know what to do. So I was like, well, do you want me to, I'm like, I'll send you a couple more, because I really want her to get a taste again and then be like, okay, I need this in my life, because it was like 3 months ago that I sent her the samples,
Uh-huh.
And she's like, well, I think by the time of the workshop, which is in March, I'll be able to sign up. I was like, March? I was thinking like 2 to 3 packets.
Okay, so she acts like she wants to sign up. She just keeps putting you off.
Well, the timing. We'll message about all sorts of stuff. But
okay, so this is what you say to her. You say, hey, Sue, whatever her name is. I'm sure it's not Sue. You say, listen, I've got huge goals this month, like huge goals this month I'm trying to reach. We have talked Plexus so many times and something is holding you back. Tell me what question I can answer for you or what I can do for you to help you get over whatever hurdle it is that's holding you back from joining Plexus. And then just leave it at that. That's it. That's all you send to her. And you say, I am trying, in the beginning, you tell her, I've got a goal. I have got to reach this goal. And I need you to join in order to reach that goal. So we have talked so much. What is it that's holding you back? There's something holding you back from doing it. Tell me what it is. And hopefully she'll come back with a real answer of either saying, oh gosh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get started. Or she'll come back and tell you the real answer of what it is that's holding her back. Because then you can truly help her. If you can figure out what it is of why she hasn't jumped on. Honestly though, Rachel, I don't send a whole lot of samples. I know a lot of people would disagree with me on that, but
I typically don't. I mean, I sent Christy, who is Amanda's upline, I sent her samples and I'm glad that I did. I'm not a huge sample sender at all, but this girl, I'm courting her. Like I sent her like a pretty shiny gold thing and like, what if this could change everything and a pretty card. I mean, I'm courting this girl because when she does sign up, she's a diamond. Yeah,
you totally are. That's so funny. I like how you worded it.
Yeah, there are people that I'll do that for that I'm like, oh, you're worth it.
Yeah, and there are. I think a lot of people do get hung up on samples. That's why I say that. I have some people on my team that they're like sending samples to everybody and their dog. I'm like, no, stop. They just need to order. They're going to get a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you're going to send them anything, only do it if they've asked for it, and send them one stick of Slim. That's what I do. I'll send them one stick. I'll be like, I just want you to realize if you're, if you like make sure you like the taste. That's it. And if you don't like the taste, then tell me because I can help you with that too. But yeah, in this particular case, that's what I would send her a message and just flat out ask, what's holding you back? And just say something's holding you back because we've talked about it enough. So something's holding you back. So will you just be honest with me and tell me what it is?
Well, she just messaged me and I was like, March, I was thinking like 2 to 3 packets. And she goes, probably holidays, but I'm for sure going to buy some soon once I have some extra cash. So she puts a lot of.
Okay, so you think it's a money problem?
No, they're fancy. I mean, her whole thing is about Paris and tutus and she's fabulous. She has tea parties. She's like my girl crush. I'm obsessed with her. And all they do is photo shoots. And she's invited me to speak at this thing in Charleston. No, she has money. But I was telling her that I can't sign up for the Charleston thing until next week because we kind of do our payday. The bunk of bills go here and then we have extra spending money here. And then the rest goes to debt and stuff. And, and savings and all that. And so she was like, okay, my husband's the same way. So what should I say? Let's both, I'll sign up on the 25th if you order on the 25th. Can I say something like that?
Oh yeah, you can say something like that. You can always, for somebody like that too, this may not be her, but I'll run a special. I use that term loosely. For somebody like that, I'll just say, hey, I would send them a message like we've talked about. And if she comes back and be like, well, I'm just waiting for payday or waiting for this or whatever, I'll make sure around payday that I'd be happen to run a special. And I don't do this a lot, just so you guys know this, but I have paid, given somebody a gift card or paid, I'll just tell them, anybody that signs up with me is getting a $20 gift card this week only. I'll make it only good for 2 days. You have 48 hours to get in on this. I've done that for people and sometimes.
Or something like that.
Yeah, you can do something like that. Yep. Because sometimes it's people just want the thrill of knowing they're getting a deal. And so when you offer them something like that, that's when they'll jump on. So, but I would send her the message first and just ask her, tell me exactly, is there something I can answer for you or something I can do for you to help you go ahead and make that jump? Because I really just flat out tell her, be like, I desperately want you on my team. I really want you on my team. So what's it going to take? And then, then maybe if it is I'm waiting for this particular payday or whatever it is, then around that particular payday, then I would run a special, Rachel. That's what I would do.
Okay. Like an individual special.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can I get on a 3-way call with you? Third-party validation.
Yeah, I'll do it for you.
You know, I really do.
Yeah.
So I said, is there anything I can do for you to make the jump in? I want you on my team so badly.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, just say, is there any questions? Ask her, say, are there any questions I can answer for you? That's what I would say to her. Because a lot of times then you've literally just laid it on the line. Just say, tell me what questions you have. Is there something I haven't answered for you? Or something like that, or something I can tell you that will make you go ahead and take that jump. So I would word it something like that to definitely, you've kind of put her on the spot, and there's nothing, but not in a bad way. So it sounds like y'all have a relationship, so you can definitely do something like that.
Okay, so are there any questions I can answer for you or anything I can do for you to take that jump?
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was saying.
I have never, y'all are watching your Emerald upline like squirm.
Do it.
It makes me so nervous because I don't want to mess up the relationship.
I just don't think it would at all. And Rachel, if she doesn't respond to you, then just carry on with your relationship as usual. But it sounds like you guys definitely have a relationship enough that she's already talked about signing up. If she's told you no in the past or flat out shot you down, then I would definitely not send a message like this. This is for people who, you've got those people. I'm sure you all have those people where you've talked to them and talked to them and talked to them and you thought they were going to sign up. You thought they were going to sign up. Did you send it? You're so funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
yeah.
Either I don't push, or when I push, it's like very like.
Some people you have to push because some people want to know that you want them on their team. Like trust me, guys, there are people that are like, when you tell them, I want you on my team, they'll be like, you do? Like, yeah, I want you. Like, you would be a rock star. You need to sign up with me.
I said, I want you on my team so badly.
There you go.
But typically, like, my way would be like, girl, you just need to get on my team. Like, let's just do this thing. And they're like, not yet, or they jump in. But this is delicate because she will join. I know that for sure. She's never said no, ever.
There you go.
Ever. Okay, well, I will keep you posted because
some people, though, you just have to.
Nervous, y'all.
You're so funny. Some people, though, after you've done so much talking, you have to turn the tables on them. You really have to turn it on them and let them, just either give you a yes or no. And she'll answer you. What'd she say? There you go.
Life's been ridiculous the past couple of months. So money is something I'm struggling with. Another reason I started the retreats.
Okay. Well, now you know. Rachel. So honestly, I would probably run a special for her, but not right now. Then it would look too weird.
Like next week, like, I've been thinking about you and I want to help you.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would just say I'm running a special for anyone that signs up with me. Don't make it be like, hey, I'm doing this for you. Just say, hey, I'm running a special for anyone who signs up with me. So that she just thinks this is and it is. I mean, you can offer it to other people too. I've done that before. Like when I've had one person in mind that I want to run a special for, I'll send it out to several other potentials. They're like, hey, I just want you to know I'm running a special this weekend. If you sign up with me this weekend, this is what you get. So whatever it is.
Solid thing for someone like that that's like, they're looking at it, they're like, okay, it's 135 basically, 134, 135, and they're thinking, so I mean, what's a special that you think would like get her off the fence?
Well,
$10 is not, I mean, if she's where I understand I don't know. I think they have budget for this and budget for that. So I'm not going to judge. Like, I don't know their financial situation, whatever. She has a husband. So it's all a conversation when you want to do something over
right.
or $50. But like, what's going to really make an impact?
Well, you want to you want to stop recording?
Yes. We're